Welcome to the Till Death Paranormal Podcast, where my wife Claire
and my husband Si dive into the true tales of hauntings, possessions, and the unexplainable.
Each week we share chilling stories, explore the darker corners of the supernatural, and maybe even laugh through the fear.
So grab your brew, fetch your flashlight,
lock the doors, and remember,
the dead don't always stay quiet. Hello and welcome to the podcast. Now, this is usually the part where we would tell you guys listening what the episode is going to be about. But before we get into that, we would like to tell you more about the new sponsor we have.
Yeah, that's right. Now, if you're into the paranormal and all things weird, then this should be right up your alley. But what is it, Claire?
Well, the sponsor of this podcast is called Haunted. And what they are trying to do, we've never really seen before.
Haunted is a map-based app that is currently in development, and it's on Kickstarter.
Now, I know what you're thinking, another Kickstarter project that has been done a million times, but we generally believe in this one, and we think it's going to be a fantastic tool for all the paranormal lovers out there.
So what Haunted is doing is creating what is essentially Google or Apple Maps, but with pins at every validated haunted location. And if you click on that location, it will come up with the lore, the history, and also people's experiences that they have uploaded themselves through the Haunted app.
As well as that, Haunted is working on a badge XP system so you can earn badges for visiting places and show them off to other users on the app.
For me, an app like this would be essential if I'm exploring or investigating, but even just at home, looking at the map and finding interesting places, lore and people's stories would be absolutely awesome.
Now, on top of all that, Haunted will have links to spooky stores, nearby events, investigation equipment and even social forums to chat and discuss with other paranormal enthusiasts.
Currently, the US map is under construction and has 3,950 different haunted locations, complete and with descriptions.
And the plan for Haunted is to then open up to the UK and other countries and push this community-driven app to the forefront for people who like the paranormal, cryptics and even UFO sightings.
So if, like us, you believe Haunted could be an indispensable app for research, investigations and of course to meet like-minded people, then feel free to support Haunted on Kickstarter, or at least spread the word to your paranormal pals, because this may be huge.
So go give Haunted your support. All the info and links will be at the bottom of our description box and also on our website.
So now let's get into it.
So as you know, each week we delve into different supernatural topics, and this week we're going a bit more chilled and we're doing some Reddit stories.
Yeah, we'll be discussing paranormal encounters this week from people, I'm going to say across the globe.
Across the globe.
Across
indeed.
the globe.
So we've each picked a story off Reddit,
Yeah.
and we don't know which story it is.
No.
So, yeah.
Let's go, shall we?
Yeah,
let's go. I'm going to start first because I've got a smaller, shorter story, and apparently you've got some kind of fucking Lord of the Rings style size.
Yeah, I've got like 4 in 1, which is quite cool.
Like some kind of weird shampoo and conditioner. Yeah.
4 in 1.
Okay. So, well, I'll start off with mine. Mine's just a short one.
Okay.
And this is from someone called Operation Tiny 9461 on Reddit.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Why did you look down at my pants when you... Okay, we're moving on. So he said...
You put that joke in, it wasn't me.
The title is, I'm an Undertaker and something happened. Not The Undertaker, we're not talking WWE. He just said, I'm an Undertaker. So something happened, and I've always been sceptical until today. I am an Undertaker, and I have been for the past 8 years. I've always been sceptical when it comes to the afterlife, especially the paranormal. But today, something happened that I cannot explain. I was cleaning unclaimed ashes out of the funeral home where I work. We are moving out of the old Victorian building we operate out of and into the new funeral home. For the past week, we have been making a slow transition, moving out of our current home into our new one. In our basement, we have unclaimed ashes going as far back as the 1970s.
Oh, wow.
I know, I didn't think stuff like that was actually happening.
Yeah, it actually does.
I have just had my headphones in, putting the boxes into bags so we could send them to the local crematorium for them to be scattered. I must have put away hundreds of boxes of ashes without even thinking about it. I was just listening to a podcast, getting another task ticked off my to-do list, and that's it. But as I was putting one box into the bag, I felt my body and brain freeze with the word no.
Ooh.
But I didn't hear anything.
Well, no, he's got his headphones in.
Yeah. It's hard to explain what I felt, he said. He said the best I can explain it is that my own free will had gone and I was ordered to stop what I was doing. I stopped immediately and put the box of ashes in my hand onto the table. On closer inspection, there were 2 boxes I was going to put in 2 separate bags. One small box and one normal sized one. Let's just say, for privacy reasons, one box was labelled Hannah Williams. On top of Hannah Williams' ashes, there was a box labelled Baby Williams.
Oh,
I know, right?
that's really sad.
I presume they are mother and baby, who I was about to separate into 2 separate bags.
Oh, wow.
Which I find quite spooky because I didn't read the labels before.
Wow.
I was doing a mundane task as fast as I could with my existing duties in clearing the premises. I was just trying to get things done as fast as possible and was not paying attention to the names. I just needed to get it done.
Well, yeah, you don't.
No, you're just doing
No,
your
you're
job,
just
aren't you? So
cracking on
yeah,
doing
I
your job.
cannot explain this for the life of me. I cannot come up with an explanation for it. I'm not scared, nor am I excited about what I felt. I just feel confused about the whole situation. And that's that story, which I thought was pretty nuts, really.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Wow. I mean, it's quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's a mother and baby.
Because if it is, yeah, if it was.
Well, it's got to be because he read it on the box, didn't he? But I find it weird that he's a skeptic with being an undertaker. I'd think in that field of work,
Well, no, not
he might
necessarily.
have seen shit.
Well, he hasn't until now, I assume. And then now all of a sudden he's like, what the fuck was that? But it's weird.
That's a weird one because he's not heard it. It's
He's
just
not
a
heard
feeling.
it. It's just a feeling, basically a feeling in his body and his mind of just the word no, as in fucking stop.
Yeah.
And then he's looked at it, and then he's seen a big box and a small box, mother and baby.
That's really sad.
It's quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it goes to show that maybe there is something in
There
the
is
afterlife.
some
And if there is,
Because
then
that's like the mum going, no, you're not separating us.
yeah, we go together.
Yeah, we go together.
Yeah, we die together and we go together. That's quite sad, isn't it?
That is really sad.
Especially when it's
a sad
babies
one.
and kids.
Bring down the tone.
Well, I'm hoping you'll bring it up, and if you don't, then then this is on you. Yeah.
Well, you started it. But this is a long one, guys, so bear with me.
Get your cups
Just-
of tea.
Yeah.
Right, get your
We've
brews
got
in.
ours.
We've got ours, yeah.
So, the person that wrote this is actually not on Reddit anymore. It says deleted.
Oh,
so
that's
there's
never
not
a good
name
sign, but okay.
And this was from 2 years ago on Reddit. But
Story's a story, man.
I had to read it all because it was just like, what? But it's like, whether you believe it or not, don't know. But someone's basically asked, what's the scariest paranormal thing you've experienced?
And this person threw this story up.
Yeah, threw this up. So, start off, they say, been looking forward to a post like this to share mine. I actually like reading people's experiences more than trying to gleam over at something from blurry security footage. So, she likes the paranormal.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. So one of my closest friends growing up lived in a house that was beyond a reasonable doubt haunted as fuck.
Okay.
Okay. The house was definitely somewhere around a century old, or at least it is now, and our town was situated in a very woodsy suburb. He and every member of his family had experiences there. Several of our friends had their own experiences there, and I had my own too. Honestly, it would be impossible to try and condense it down into one experience, and I believe it's worth sharing the accounts I can remember. I'll start with the least scary one, which was thankfully my own, and then move to the ones worth telling. So,
Okay.
this is very good.
Yeah,
Right.
good.
Okay. So during high school, my parents went on a vacation, and for a few days I stayed at this particular house of my friend. Let's call him Paul.
Paul.
I stayed in Paul's room in a sleeping bag on the floor while he slept in his bed. One morning I woke up to someone whispering in my ear, like directly in my ear, my name and, "You need to leave now."
Well, that's fucking horrible.
It did not say this super maliciously, almost more of a warning. It definitely woke me up though, and immediately I'm thinking Paul was fucking with me, as he frequently did. But I turned around to my right where he was sleeping and realised he was completely out. I said, "What?" to him, thinking he was joking around and he didn't wake up. He was definitely asleep. It was quiet and still too early for even Paul's parents to be up. Then it hit me, as it still hits me today. I heard the whisper in my left ear, and Paul was on my right side.
Okay.
So that's the not so scary one.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. So imagine that. You're at your mate's house and it's like, you need to leave now.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, from me.
Yeah, that's true.
Get out. Right. Okay. On we go.
On we go.
On we go.
We're moving on.
We are moving on. Paul had other experiences in that same room. A few I can remember off the top of my head. For a time, he told me he suffered from sleep paralysis on a consistent basis. He would see demons in his room and would be unable to move. He told me that very frequently in his sleep, the standing fan by his bed would become a demon girl, and he would wake up with a jolt of adrenaline, having punched or thrown the fan down to the ground. He told me he would sometimes see someone standing in the closet his bed faced, both asleep and awake. Oddly enough, his sleep paralysis significantly
It's a hard word, don't worry about
significantly
Yep.
decreased as soon as he moved out of that place. So he has sleep paralysis.
That is one of the worst things.
I think it's like there's that game in there.
Yeah, there's quite a few games now.
Even if I got jump scared by watching a YouTube video of someone playing a sleep paralysis game, it's vile.
Yeah, they are.
Which we will be covering in
Pretty horrendous.
some topics as well.
Well, when we go to Till Death Gaming, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Carrying on. That floor, the second floor where Paul, his parents, and 2 of his 4 sisters slept, was spooky. I remember getting weird feelings up there. One of his sisters claimed to see the ghost of a little boy in their bathroom. His mum once opened the closet in her bedroom to find the same little boy standing in there, looking up at her and asking for his mum. I heard about that one when I was in middle school, and it always creeped me out. It's always scarier when the adults see them too.
Of course it is.
So there's that one.
Yeah.
So this is all happening in one house. By the way,
This
it's
house-
not just that this is in one house.
This house needs to be located, doesn't
Okay. I know. It sounds creepy.
it? Is it
as
the Conjuring
fuck.
house?
No, it sounds a little bit weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. Okay, before my own experience, I generally thought Paul was trying to fuck with me when he would tell me about these other experiences. Most of our other friends were the same way, thinking Paul was full of shit. Even after my own experience, at times I thought I just as easily could have dreamt it. But then a few of those same friends, some of them complete non-believers beforehand, had their own experiences, and that changed my whole idea of the house. Once a year, Paul and his family will take a trip and have someone take care of their 2 dogs. One of our mutual friends came over to do just that one day. When she got there that evening to feed the dogs, the house was dark and empty. For some context, the dogs were being fed near the kitchen, and adjacent to the kitchen was the dining room, which led further away into the entryway, and after that a small living room. Well, not long after feeding the dogs, she heard a blood-curdling scream, a goddamn shriek, coming from that living room, like someone was inside with her. She booked it outside with the dogs, checked for intruders, and saw no one was there. I'm pretty sure after that she called Paul, told him what happened, and he laughed and said, "Yeah, shit like that happens sometimes."
Why? That's not normal.
You go in there to feed your mate's dogs, and there's a blood-curdling scream coming from the living room.
Well, I like how blasé he is, though.
I know,
Old
it's like,
Paul
oh yeah,
there.
shit like that happens.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time, that. I often hear wild, panicky screams that curdle blood come from rooms in my house. Normal.
Carrying on.
We're moving on.
Moving on.
Is this escalating?
Yeah.
Oh my.
A couple of years later, one of the bigger doubters in our group, who thought all of us were full of shit,
Jerry?
had his own experience.
Is his name Jerry?
We haven't got a name.
Okay.
All we've got is Paul.
We'll call him Jerry.
Okay, Jerry.
Yeah.
Paul hosted a fair amount of parties back then, and usually would use his basement to avoid any sort of noise complaints. So all of us are in the basement having a good time, and this particular friend of ours decides to run up and grab another drink from upstairs. Mind you, this friend is not the kind of guy to get completely fucked up, like he'll only ever have a beer or 2 at most. So for all intents and purposes, he's sober.
Yeah.
Okay? He goes up and the ground floor was completely empty as everyone is in the basement. There was a porch directly outside the dining room, entryway, living room, and it extended long ways across the back of the house. How nice does this house sound, by the way?
I know,
Sounds
right?
massive.
Apart from the haunting thing.
I know.
Yeah.
As our friend was walking into the dining room to grab a beer off the table, he sees a tall, grim-looking woman standing on the porch outside, looking through the window directly at him. He knows something is wrong because she's sort of featureless and also standing outside, by herself, looking inside. He takes his eyes off her for one moment, looks back, and she's gone. A few days later, he tells Paul what happened, and Paul tells him how he and his siblings have seen that same woman before.
Oh, fuck off.
Our friend becomes a true believer. Jerry is now a believer. I mean, wouldn't you after seeing that?
Well done, Jazz.
Like,
yeah.
going up for a beer, and then all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck is that woman doing out there? Open your beer, look up, and she's fucking disappeared.
Featureless
And
as well.
featureless. It's literally just, yeah, freaky. Freaky. Now, it starts getting a bit freakier now.
Okay, so it's getting worse.
Getting worse.
Dear listener, prepare,
yeah, it is
prepare
getting
yourself.
worse.
Put your brew. You need to tell them to put their brew down in
Put
case
your
they
brew
scald
down.
themselves.
I know, right?
At the scary parts.
I know. I told you it was long.
Yeah.
I know, but it's immense.
Okay.
The basement was creepy as hell, but I can only think of one thing that ever happened down there. It was more of a storage cellar than anything. We still used it for parties and just generally hanging out, but it was so cluttered with random shit that whole areas of the room were completely cut off. At some point in college, one summer when I was back home, Paul and his family were doing the annual Throw Old Shit Away Fest, and he openly invited some friends to come help. I came one day, and when I got there, Paul's dad nonchalantly told me, "Ooh, you get to see the secret room."
Okay.
Turns out that in the far corner of the basement behind a bunch of clutter was a little storage closet nobody, besides maybe Paul's parents, knew about. We investigated it that day, and in what we found a bunch of random old shit. I can't remember everything exactly. I don't even know if Paul's family knew what the stuff was, but among all of it, I specifically remember finding this very old-fashioned vintage music box.
Oh no, it just gets worse.
You know, like the one in The Conjuring with the dancing ballerina. That kind of thing. We decided it was creepy and didn't want anything to do with it and left it in that closet. Well, on a different day, when I thankfully was not there, Paul and another friend were cleaning out the basement when suddenly that same music box started playing by itself from behind the door of the closet. They were alone and had not been in that closet all day. They bolted upstairs.
Yeah, that's the initial thing is to run. Yeah.
How about that?
What is wrong with this
It's
house?
like the music. Right, this is the last one now. So this is the last thing to happen in the house, guys, that they know of and what they remember. So this is going back years. So
And forgetting the nonchalant screams and stuff that they're used to.
Yeah, forget about all that. Yeah,
that's just normal stuff.
Yeah. So at the top of the house, there were two small bedrooms, both belonging to Paul's older sisters. This is the last one I will share, as it's the story that stuck with me the longest. The second oldest sister once had a vivid and intense dream in which she herself was being exorcised.
Oh, wow.
Exorcist.
That took
Sorry,
a turn.
it's just intense.
That took a turn.
She was being exorcised. A demon was being forced out of her as a group of priests were standing over her convulsing body, shouting verse at her, and she remembered it just being crazy intense. After enduring this for some time, she suddenly jolts herself awake and yells at that precise moment, a rosary she kept hanging on her wall flies from its place, crashes to the floor, and shatters into a bunch of pieces, completely on its own. She was covered in sweat and completely terrified. No one else was in the room. Yeah, that place was pretty fucking haunted. Imagine having that dream. She dreamt that.
I've had better dreams. I've had better dreams, I won't lie to you.
Imagine that.
No thanks.
No. It was like my time when I had that dream and I was screaming
Oh, God.
in my sleep.
You have some fucked up dreams.
I haven't had one for ages.
That's true.
I've not had one for it. Well, that one was weird because it was a guy with a trilby hat on. And he was trying to...
Snappy dresser then.
Well, yeah, it was like an old guy. And we were sleeping in the attic at the time. I was sleeping on the top floor. And then I felt like he was trying to kill me. And then I remember sitting up in bed and it was like he looked at me, winked at me, ran across our bedroom floor and then jumped out the window.
Did you watch Nightmare on Elm Street?
No.
No. Okay.
No. That was my dream, and that was me screaming in my sleep, and you had to wake me up.
You do have weird dreams though
I
sometimes.
for a while,
I know, but you're like, no. And I'm like looking at you going, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No fucking clue.
So,
But yeah, how weird is that house? I feel like I want to go to that house though.
yeah, and have a little sleepover.
And have a little sleepover.
Yeah.
Especially in that basement. I wonder if people who live there now have actually found the little tiny room.
Open the door and
Because it is like the
being
Conjuring
dragged
film,
inside.
Yeah, so that's a weird
Yeah.
one. That's a
Reddit
weird
stories.
one.
So the whole purpose of it's episode 5 in the seasons, isn't it?
It is. It's episode 5.
Is to try and get stories from
You
Reddit
guys.
or from, mainly we want stories from you guys, the listeners, if you have any. Because
We
if you
would.
listen to this, you're probably into the paranormal in some way, shape or form.
Probably have your own experiences and
And
stuff.
you've probably got a story. Yeah. So the idea is to get stories from you guys. And if not, obviously, we will jump onto Reddit and find out what we can.
I mean, we have a few.
We've got a couple. I'll tell you one from my...
Which one? The childhood one?
Yeah, the
weird
but
one.
it's
that
nothing
one.
major, but
It isn't. It's still weird though.
it freaked me the fuck out
I
because
know.
I was only young, and I had to try and debunk it even at an early age before I knew any of this stuff was thinging.
This is going way, way back because you're so old.
Way back, because I'm sorry.
You're so old.
Okay. Yep. So, yeah, I was just asleep or trying to get to sleep, and then I had these big pair of scissors on my desk. Now these were like proper metal ones, like my mum had.
Yeah,
so
like fabric
made
cutting
out of
ones.
freaking cast iron or whatever the fuck they were.
Proper old school.
They were, yeah. But yeah, so my desk was just a regular wooden desk. But then my door was shut. I was trying to sleep, and then I heard the scissors go on the desk, and I was like, hello? So I had a little look, and I seen them move a tiny bit again, and that's when I was only like, I must have been no older than 11. So obviously my head went straight back under the duvet.
Oh yeah,
And
'cause
I-
that's where we think we're safe at 11.
The old safety duvet.
Yeah.
So I threw myself under, and I heard them go, and then landed on the floor.
Oh, see, that freaks me out.
And I absolutely shit my pants. So I just stayed absolutely still and silent under the duvet until I fell asleep. And I woke up in the morning, and the scissors were still on the floor. And that's
Wouldn't
when
it have been weird if they were on the desk?
Yeah, but they were still on the floor. So that's when I checked to see if there's anything tied around it, or has my door been opened. And
Yeah, because you got an older brother, haven't you? So you
I
thought
do
it
have
was your
a
brother.
that was 4 years older than me, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at that age, he was sort of ending school, and
Oh yeah, so he wouldn't be
He'd
arsed
be
about
heading
you.
to
He
the
wouldn't be
army.
arsed about pissing about with you.
no, and it's not like we had like fishing line or stuff
Well, no.
in the house, so we weren't avid fishers
Yeah.
back then.
And I know what you're like. You're like proper little debunker, aren't you? You like figuring out why it's happened, but then it's like what other explanation?
Even at the young age of 11, yeah.
Yeah.
I like debunking things, yeah. But I couldn't see anything that... I couldn't find out why they moved.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's when
still weird.
That's the one that I will always remember
Yeah.
that, because that just stuck into my mind from when I was little. So
Yeah,
from that moment forth.
yeah. Like mine stuff's more like feeling. I get vibes, don't I?
Yeah, you
Which
get the
is weird.
vibes. And
I can't explain it. Like,
I like trying to figure out stuff.
yeah, which is why I think we make a good team.
We do make a good team. You'll go, there's something wrong here. The air feels, I don't know. It just feels heavy. And then I'll
It does.
And I'll come in and go, it's because you've got an inflatable fucking bouncy castle on your head. That's why it feels heavy.
No, it was that
Oh, I
one
didn't
when we
see
went.
that.
Are we going to discuss where we've been hunting?
I mean, we can mention it.
Yeah,
can't
we've
we?
done. So obviously, we're just starting out in this whole paranormal investigating type thing, but we have done a couple of we've done one place before now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we've been to a place local to us called Plasteg. Now you can't actually go there anymore, which is really sad.
Yeah, it's closed now.
It's closed
They
now.
used to do sort of...
They do used to be paranormal
tours
evenings
and stuff like that.
stuff.
But
But sadly, you can't go anymore.
the lady that owns it isn't that
She
well,
isn't
is
well
she?
at all,
So-
no. But that if you could have been there, it was the most randomest house ever. Well, mansion.
Yeah, mansion. Yeah, yeah.
It was so cool, and that was our first time we've ever done an investigation as well.
A proper thing, yeah.
A proper thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, mine was just the vibes in places. It was like I'd go in a room, be in there for an hour, be absolutely fine, go and have a toilet break, go back in, and I'd literally feel like something had changed.
Yeah, you got the sense of something's not right.
Yeah.
Type thing in certain areas, but not like you
to say
said,
that.
not in the same room. You'd be fine, then go out, come back in, then you'd feel like something's not right. Something's changed.
Something's changed.
Yeah.
And then usually that's when something happened. So in one room, we'd been in there for about an hour or so with our friends investigating. And then at the time we smoked, so we were like, oh, we'll go and have a fag break.
Uh-huh.
Come back in. I literally, as soon as I stepped through the door, I was like, don't feel right in here at all. And you were like, you've been in here for an hour and a half. Why are you getting scared now? But I was like, I'm not scared. I said, it does not feel right in this room. I said, something's changed from when we've been in here. And lo and behold, what happened then? The door.
Yeah.
We heard someone walking up to the door, rattle the doorknob, and then that was it. But because it's really old doors, you could see light underneath the door frame, and there was no one there. So you could have seen, we debunked that, I think, as well. We went out, someone went outside and said, can you see me standing there? Like, yeah, we can see your shadow. Yeah. But literally, when we heard the door and everything go, we could not see it.
No, it was odd. There was a lot of odd things that happened at that place, to be fair.
Yeah. Some things we don't want to talk about, and then some things that you can't explain. Like, do you remember in the room that's meant to have the dog?
Yeah.
That was weird. Because it was cold in there. It was like 2 a.m. So you were getting a cold, so you were with your coat on. As a paranormal investigator, you know, it gets cold.
Yeah, nippy.
Bit nip. And then there's apparently a spirit of a dog in that room. And literally all of us, from the knee down, went, it's really cold.
Yeah.
Like, you could feel, like, the change in temperature. And then I think our mate's got it on camera somewhere. You can see my coat moving.
Yeah, little...
like the toggles on
like
my
the
coat.
Toggles, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened there. There was...
and most of the time you didn't get anything.
No.
Like, my mate said, like, we only went twice.
That's what it's like,
and our mate who did the paranormal evenings with his family, he went, don't expect anything, because nothing really happens. So literally twice we went, and twice we had a very lot of stuff.
A very lot of stuff.
We had a lot of things happen on both evenings.
Yeah, because Plas Teg was it's in North Wales. It is a big manor, but it used to be owned by whoever it was, some dude. But he used to hang people there and all sorts. And
yeah, it used to be the courts.
They had a pit basically to hang them, but they dropped down this chute, and then they used to get kids to drag the bodies off.
Yeah.
The chute. It wasn't very nice, but he was
a lot of history behind
he wasn't meant to be a nice person either, that
No.
judge or whatever he was.
Oh yeah, that was his name, the judge.
But he came through, we think. He tripped someone over.
He did.
So there was we were in one room on a Ouija board of all things. Yeah.
I don't do that unless there's actual people there who are spiritually aware and protect us. So.
But we there's another group walked past the room and they were heading up the stairs, and on the Ouija board I was enticing him.
You were enticing him. You were winding him up.
Trying to.
As you usually do with people.
Yeah. But then he said he didn't like me and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did not like you.
And then he said the word trip came on. It spelled out trip.
Yeah,
we
spelled out trip. And we were like, then
you on
literally a minute or so later.
Less than that.
Yeah, it was less than that.
It was about 20 seconds because they were walking past. Trip.
Yeah.
What is it? I have no idea what trip means. And then, what does that say?
Device overheated.
Oh.
Recording stopped.
It is warm in here.
Yeah.
So it said trip.
Yeah.
And we're like, I don't know what that means. But then they started going upstairs and someone fell up the stairs.
Yeah, someone tripped on the stairs.
So we asked,
was that you?
Was it you? And
yes.
It went straight to yeah. And it was like, okay.
We were like, oh. So that was a weird one.
Yeah.
The first time we went, we were in like a group event and we were all just sat round and we were trying to speak out to the spirits and stuff, and then all you could hear was a ticking. Do you remember?
Oh, that guy.
The ticking. So all you could hear was like the ticking of a clock, basically. and there's no clocks in that room at all. So we're like, what the hell's that ticking? Anyway, a guy in the group had
this guy
had what's meant to be a watch.
I don't know
like
what
a
it was.
pocket watch, but it was like the size of his head.
Yeah, it was like a pocket watch that a clown would have.
Yeah, it was like it was mental.
I don't know why he carried it
because he was
around
like,
with
"Oh yeah, I've got my pocket watch," and he pulled it out. We burst out laughing and thinking, "What the hell is that?" So he said, "Look, can you put it somewhere so we can't hear it because we're trying to listen for noises and stuff like that."
His watch was a 2-man fucking lift.
Yeah, it was.
So so the guide
Yeah.
put it underneath there was a bed in the room.
Yeah, we're in a
Put
bedroom.
it underneath the pillow in the bedroom, and then the ticking, you could hardly hear.
You could hardly hear it, so we were like, "Right, hang on, let's all be quiet. Let's see if we can actually hear it from under the pillow." And we were like, "No, we can deal with that. That'll do. We know
Happy
what's
days.
that."
So then we carried on
Yeah.
doing our thing.
Listen out for noises, all
stuff
that
like that.
stuff.
And then all of a sudden, about 5-10 minutes later maybe, we started hearing the ticking again. And I was like,
We were like,
"You
"What?"
haven't got a fucking another massive clock on you, have you, mate?" And he was like, no, I can hear it as well. I think that's my watch.
So we turned the light
And I was just
on.
thinking it was my watch, but yeah.
Then we turned the light on, and the watch, the watch,
Yeah.
air quote, had actually been pulled out from under the pillow. Bearing in mind, this is one bedroom.
Yeah.
Everyone was sat in their seats. No one moved.
It's black.
It's pitch black.
Yeah.
Can't see a thing.
Well,
no one
you
moved.
can just about see
You can just about see people's
But it's dark
faces,
in
but it's
there.
dark.
Yeah.
I still can't explain that.
I don't know how it put
I don't know how,
because
because
we watched it.
we watched it put it under. It was underneath the pillow. It was on a flat surface. It couldn't have rolled down. It couldn't have moved. Anything like that. We were like, how the hell?
Yeah, that was odd.
And we were just like, I can't explain that.
It is a shame that they don't do.
I know, that would have been such a good one to
things
go back
again.
to.
But as we've said previously in some of our podcasts, we do want to be doing more and more stuff. We want to do the podcast. We want to do a bit of sort of horror gaming.
Yes.
And we also want to go and do our own investigations.
Yeah.
Out and about as well. So that is the planned future for
That
Till
is the
Death.
future stuff and things, but we do have
We've got to play it by ear. Yeah.
We have a dog. We have full-time jobs.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
And yeah, so that does get in the way. But so for now, it is literally going to be the podcast and us rambling on until we find the time
And get our shit
and
together.
get our shit together, basically.
Yeah. But again, we do want to hear stories from you.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, they are the best. So obviously, please be sure to contact us and any of our socials and stuff, and we will then have your story on the podcast.
We will indeed. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Us rambling on a couple of Reddit stories and a few of our personal ones, and hope you get to know us a little bit more that way as well.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So
We are going to hopefully be doing more on socials as well. So
yes,
it's
I'm trying.
We're new, we're stupid, and we're dumb. But there we go. But if you have a paranormal story, then please email us at tilldeathparapod@gmail.com and speak to us. Join our Discord community, Till Death Society, by using the links on the description and on our website.
Indeed, your new website that you've done.
We have a little website, yeah.
Little website.
But just remember, not all stories have an end.
They do not. Bye.
Bye-bye.